G'day guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Danny Bird. I'm a PGA professional based here at the Putt Golf Club in southeast Queensland, Australia. In today's video, we're going to talk about a few keys of mine that are going to help you avoid three putting, ultimately lowering your scores. As always guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out when my videos drop, and don't forget to make sure you've got that little bell activated so you get notified each week when the video finally goes live. Okay, so we've found ourselves here on the putting surface. The problem is we've got the whole length of the putting green to cover. Now, for the vast majority of players, when we start to get outside of that 30-foot range to 35 foot, our chances of three putting increase significantly. The problem is that the vast majority of us are going to be hitting our golf shots to outside of that 30-foot range. So our approach play, unless we're hitting a wedge in our hand, is vastly likely to end up, somewhere between 30 to 60 feet as average proximity, and with putting surfaces being anywhere up to 35 yards or 35 meters deep, you're talking 90 foot from front to back. It's highly likely we're going to see ourselves three putting. Now, if we can reduce the amount of three putts we have in a round of golf, that's going to affect our scores fairly significantly. Even if it's only just reducing it by 1 three putt or 2 three putts per round. Really simply, first thing we're going to do when we get onto the putting surface, okay, I'm going to ask you guys to pace out from your golf ball to the hole how far the actual putt is. So, we've got ourselves here a rough 40, 45 foot putt, 50 foot putt in around that region. And this is one of our smaller greens here at Carbrook. But certainly at that length, we're far more likely to, far more likely to three putt than we are one putt. And we're certainly at a higher risk of three putting at this range. So we pace out how far we have. And the reason why we do this, again, is that if we're on the practice putting green and we have a big enough area to putt with, we're going to hit a couple of putts just to feel them, stick a tee in the ground, walk out and pace out how far that putt went. So we would say, okay, we've got a 45 foot putt here. Now, I've hit some putts on the practice putting green, so I'm getting a feel for 45 foot that the putter head's going to travel back, about 4 or 5 inches outside of my right foot. Now, you can have various reference points. It can be the speed, the tempo, it can be the putting swing length. There's a bunch of different ways that we can do it. But really simply by pacing out the putt length and then trying to get that feeling for that length, you're far more likely to hit that putt close. And again, it may not happen the very first time you hit the putt, but that will sit in the back of your mind as a reference point throughout the game. And the next time you get yourself into a 45 foot putt, you're likely to see that that putt gets that much closer. So we have to be reading the putt. I like players to read from behind the golf ball. As a great example, I'm going to read from behind the golf ball here. So just to give you guys an idea, we've got an uphill putt. It's going to move a little bit of right to left at the end there from this angle. That could be deceiving though. So what I would then do is I'd walk around the edge of the putting surface, and I'm going to be viewing the entire line up the hole as I walk to go behind the hole. So I'm now seeing and getting a feel for the break as I walk up to the back. I then go behind the hole and then look back down at the hole. So now I get a second viewpoint. And maybe at that point from close to the hole, I might see a slightly different break. But just to be sure, I then walk around the other side of the hole. So I'm getting all 4 viewpoints of this putt. And it's really important to have those viewpoints, because then when I do get back to the golf ball here and I can pick my line, I can get my marker, my TaylorMade TP5 golf ball here. I'll point it towards my intended target line. And just simply by going through that process, coupled in with the fact that we know how far the putt is, we're going to give ourselves a greater opportunity to create the backswing length. But now not only that, to get the golf ball started on line. I may well have pretty good pace, but if my line's poor, I could be, instead of being 2-3 feet away, I could find myself being 6 or 7 feet away. So it's very important that we walk around the putting surface and try to get all 4 viewpoints of the putt we're trying to hit. Okay, so the final part for this particular video is we're going to just try to get the feel in our hand. And I like players to just imagine, if I were to ask you to set up into golf posture here with a golf ball in your hand and kind of roll it up the green, the vast majority of us would roll it pretty close. So part of our pre-shot routine can be very simply taking a dominant hand. As a right-handed putter, it's going to be my right hand, and just trying to get a feel for the speed of the putt. just in my right hand. Guys, it's okay when you have a long range lag putt or a long range putt to have a little bit of hand motion and movement. Again, the reason being, we're not expecting to hold the putt. Yes, we are going to train ourselves thinking that we'd like to hold the putt, but we don't expect to hold the putt. So with that in mind, there's a little bit more leeway for the hand motion to maneuver and for the club face to have a little bit of movement in it. It might be slightly open or slightly closed at point of contact. That's okay. We're not tour pros. We don't play on tour speed greens. We may have to engage the hands a little bit, and we might have to have the club head moving a little bit faster in doing so by having the right hand almost like a little bit of a kind of a flick through the hitting area, guys. That is okay. If we were to throw the ball here, my right hand is going to move in a similar fashion. If I'm going to roll the golf ball, if you've ever seen anyone roll a bowl, there's that little bit of movement. That's okay for those long range putts here. But by simply taking our lead hand only and getting a feel for the roll, we're far more likely to then step into the golf ball and hit that putt well, and hopefully hit it pretty close. So there we have it. Read was great. Speed just slightly under hit, but we're only sitting at 2 feet away. We give ourselves a great opportunity to two-putt it, run on to the next. And over the course of around a week, a month, a year, those 3 tips for your long range putting are going to help you reduce your 3 putting. Guys, as always, I appreciate you taking time to watch today's video. I really do hope that you found some of it helpful and that some of this stuff you can implement into your own game and see your scores lower. As always, all I ask is that if you like the video, just give it a thumbs up for me. Don't forget, if you've got friends that need some help with it, please share the video with them. And feel free to drop a comment. As always, guys, I will respond to comments. I will happily answer any questions about today's video, about any past videos, or maybe just a general comment about your own game you'd like some help with. Guys, I'm more than happy to help. As always, enjoy your golf, and until next time, happy golfing.